You've been lied to. You've spent hours on the treadmill, done endless crunches, and maybe even bought a ridiculous ab belt, all to get rid of that one stubborn area, your belly, your love handles, your thighs. But no matter what you do, it just won't budge. You're not crazy. You're just a victim of the biggest myth in fitness, spot reduction. Trying to burn fat from one specific area is like trying to drain one corner of a swimming pool. It's impossible. Fat loss is a systemic process. It happens all over your body, and your genetics decide what goes first. If they worked, we'd all have six-packs just from laughing at terrible fitness advice on the internet. The reason this is so frustrating is that your body has a built-in hierarchy for burning fat. Think of fat storage as a savings account. When you're in a calorie surplus, your body deposits fat into certain preferred areas. When you're in a calorie deficit, it withdraws from the easiest areas first. Your stubborn fat, the areas you care about most, are at the bottom of the pile. They're the last to go, and that's exactly why most people fail. They give up just before they would have seen a breakthrough. Let's get a little scientific, but don't worry. It's simple. Fat cells, or adipocytes, have two types of receptors, alpha and beta. Beta receptors are like fat-releasing alarms. When they're activated, the fat cell releases its stored energy to be burned. Alpha receptors are the opposite. They're the stubborn ones that want to hold on to fat. Areas with stubborn fat, like the lower belly for men and the hips and thighs for women, have a higher concentration of alpha receptors. This makes it physically harder for your body to pull fat from these areas. It's not a question of more crunches. It's a matter of biological signaling. Your body will always choose the path of least resistance, which is why you'll lose fat from your face, arms, and chest first. So, if you can't spot reduce, how do you get rid of stubborn fat? The answer is brutally simple. You have to lose all fat. The only way to do that is to consistently be in a calorie deficit, burning more calories than you consume. There are no shortcuts, magic pills, or detox teas that can bypass this fundamental law of thermodynamics. A calorie deficit forces your body to use its stored fat for energy. It doesn't get to pick and choose where that energy comes from. It just pulls from the overall pool. Over time, as your total body fat percentage drops, those stubborn alpha receptor-rich areas will finally start to shrink. Now, here's how to do it right. You've probably heard that cardio is king for fat loss, but that's only half the story. While cardio burns calories in the moment, strength training builds muscle, which significantly increases your basal metabolic rate, BMR. This means you'll burn more calories at rest, even while you're sleeping. A pound of muscle burns more calories than a pound of fat, making it an engine for long-term fat loss. Furthermore, focus on whole foods that are high in protein and fiber. Foods like lean meats, vegetables, and legumes will keep you full for longer, making it easier to stick to your calorie deficit without feeling deprived. This is the hardest part: patience. The single biggest reason people fail is that they quit too soon. They spend a few weeks in a deficit, lose a little weight from their arms and face, and then get frustrated that their belly hasn't changed. They assume their diet or workout routine is wrong, but in reality, they just needed to stay consistent for another month or two. Think of it this way. Your body took months or even years to build up that stubborn fat. You can't expect it to disappear in 2 weeks. It's a game of consistency, not a sprint. Every pound you lose brings you one step closer to your goal. The last 5 to 10 pounds are always the hardest, but that's where the real magic happens. Since you can't spot reduce fat, your best move is to build muscle in those stubborn areas. Struggling with belly fat, train your core, not to burn fat, but to build a strong, defined foundation underneath it. When you finally lean out, your abs will be ready to show themselves. Hips and thighs. Focus on squats, lunges, and deadlifts. Building powerful legs will not only increase your overall calorie burn, but will also make your legs look strong and toned once the fat is gone. This strategy won't make the fat disappear faster, but it will dramatically improve the final aesthetic. Fat loss is simple, but it's not easy. You can get rid of that stubborn fat, but only if you accept the truth. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Stay patient. Stay consistent with your calorie deficit and strength training. And don't quit when you're just a few weeks away from the results you've been dreaming of. Don't be that person who gives up right before they would have won. You have the power to change, but it requires patience and a commitment to the process.